What? Oh my gosh. That's a great way to start a stream. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Zeron, and welcome back to the Team Bloodlust Weekly Mayhem? Blood Mayhem? Something like that. I'm close to getting it right. Either way, let's get into the match here. This is going to be the first round of two today. We're just going to have basically two challengers and the champion. So, King of the Hill style. In the top right corner, coming in the orange Terran, is going to be Team Bloodlust for Seti. And in the bottom left-hand corner, in the yellow Protoss, Team Bloodlust Zerul. These two players will be playing to play in the championship finals with Kalma today. So we'll see how these two punch each other in the face and who's going to take the championship here on Derelict, I think Wasteland or something. I actually don't know the second word of this map's name, but I just call it Derelict because that's what it is. So hopefully we'll get some good play. Bring up the production menu for you guys there. I have been a little under the weather since about 2 days ago, so if I don't talk for small portions, forgive me for that. I may be coughing or dying or getting a drink or something, but it should be be healthy enough to do this full cast, so I'm excited to do it. Hope you're excited to watch and listen, and we're gonna have some fun today. Now, I've proposed something interesting for the in-between match today, between the preliminary like this preliminary and the finals. I don't know if we'll do it, but I hope so, and so we might have a surprise for you today. If not, I apologize for even bringing it up. And oh look, it's that giant thing again. I forgot that was on this map. So for Seti, gonna park on the right on the smoke right here. So we got a nice half circle going on there. Yes, there he goes. Not sure he meant to stop in the middle of the map while scouting like that, but sometimes your clicking gets away from you and you forget what the heck you're doing. Double gas going up for Zerul, and we're only about 3 minutes in. A fairly quick double gas there by him. Gonna keep an eye on that. He's probably going for something gas heavy, so we could see some nice surprise there. In fact, there's a little pylon going back down there. Might be seeing a DT attempt. I'm not quite sure yet. Keep an eye on that. People like to hide those dark shrines back there, so keep a close eye on that. Obviously, nothing going on with it just yet. However, Seti is going to see the double gas, so he's going to know to keep an eye on that and what may be going on there. I don't think he saw that pylon back there, though. No, he didn't. In fact, I just went to his control as well. He did see double gas, of course, but he did not see the pylon back there, so that could be helpful, could not be. We'll keep an eye on where that's going. But in the meantime, Seti doing his own little bit of interesting tactic, going for a small Reaper rush. He does not have another one on the way, but he has a reactor on the way, which may mean he starts pumping out lots of Reapers, and he himself is getting some decent gas piled up there. So both players may be playing a little odd here, and I like that. I like excitement. I like different play. Here comes that Reaper. He finds a free probe. Gonna chase him down and exterminate him. Potentially, and he does get him right before he goes into the gas. Mothership core does come out though, and the Reaper is now going to have to be a lot more careful because something's chasing him. Maybe the mothership. Yeah, there comes the mothership core recorrecting its flight path, and the stalker out as well. That's gonna make it really hard for the Reaper to do anything. I didn't see any other Reapers come down, so definitely not going to continue the Reaper harass. He does have a bunker going, or no, that's an eBay. Just a nice eBay. He's not going to complete it, so he can cancel it and get the funds back. And in the meantime, he's going to start double pumping Marines out. So nothing crazy there going on. Going to be doing a lot of bio, it looks like, though, getting 2 barracks up. He's got his new expansion on the way as well. And, of course, Rule down here working on that eBay. Let's make sure that cancel goes off. By Seti here, he definitely wants those currency. And there it is. He had his clicker right on it. As you can see, the double click, the double dotted lines. That's what those are. The dotted lines are the player's clicks. And, of course, mine are solid. So that's what you can, of course, look for in a cast like this. Or any cast ever that you're watching. Zealot moving out. Robotics Bay on the way. May not be going for those DTs as much as when he... Basically, when his double gas got scouted, he may have changed his mind. If that was his plan, he may not have been ever doing that. Just like to predict and hope they're doing that, because who doesn't like some DT rushes? It's always fun to see come out. A nice ob's going to be coming out. He'll get some crucial scouting information. I don't think Has Zerul even... No, Zerul is not even scouted yet. So he was definitely going for something. He wanted every single probe in position, doing good stuff. And is definitely probably changed directions right now. This SCV is not going to get much information. He is, of course, going to know the expansions there. But he should have known that before. After all, he had to cancel the eBay. So not a big surprise there for him, just confirming it. Concussive shell on the way, so obviously sticking with the bio, getting lots of bio going. Marine's still double pumping out. He, of course, has the tech lab to get those upgrades, to get those Marauders, and make the nice MM ball. I'll be interested to see if he's going to go for the triple M's or the quad M's, as we now start calling it Marine Marauder Widow Mine, or Marine Marauder Mine Medevac, which makes the 4 M's. The Ob's going to scout on in there. And just going to barely briefly see a nice kill squad coming down south. And at the moment, Zerul might be in serious trouble. I do not think he has the forces required to kill that kill squad. Obviously, the Immortal's going to help out. A lot of DPS from Immortals. Those things are always very good to have on the field. Obviously, do better against higher-end target units that do a lot of damage because they have those special shields. But all the same, he's gonna need more DPS period here, as this hit squad is going to be rather dastardly. It does only have one Marauder. That'll be, of course, very key to keep an eye on that. And throwing double gas up there, down here, up here, whatever. Throwing double gas here at this natural expansion as well. Zerul definitely going gas-heavy builds today, or at least loving the gas. And here comes that big combat, and Zerul is definitely forced to pull back. His kill squad is a lot bigger than he wants, and that Immortal gets sniped off. It looks like Vercetti might just be happy with that. He's going to retreat. He's starting to lose a lot of units really quickly. He wants to get rid of these Zealots, though, stop them from hitting him, and he does take out those Zealots. He is going to continue the punch, though. At least one Marine reinforced here. Maybe two? No, I think just one reinforced. But doing the damage, he really probably is happy with that. Didn't lose his Marauder and killed the Immortal. A very nice snipe out. He's going to go check that third. Obviously, no third there yet. I guess he's not going to go check. He's going to hide in that little corner, as he does have a smaller kill squad coming down to reinforce. And, I mean, he's just really starting to pump units here. The bio is coming out in mass, getting more and more barracks. There's 2 more going down right there. He does have a factory, but he teched straight to Starport to get those medevacs, which there aren't any on the field yet. Or above the field, because they fly. I don't know. What do you want to say? Okay, double gas going down there as well. I thought those were 2 factories, but they seem to be in a weird position. That's because they're on top of gas visors. Vents? Vespine geysers. I made visors. Wow. All right. Colossus, obviously, on the field. I don't think he has extended thermal lance, though. Oh, that's units. Upgrades is G. There we go. No extended thermal lance yet. And here comes a big battle here. We do have 2 Colossus on the field, but again, no extended thermal lance. Definitely going to limit how those can react. And Vercetti sees those Colossus and just gets out of there. He does not want to play with those, at least not at the moment. His bio ball is not big enough, nor does it have any heals yet. And here comes extended thermal lance. It seemed a little delayed. He definitely seemed to have had the credits to build it for a while. So we'll see if that hurts him in the long run. Thankfully, that research isn't terribly long, and of course, he can always chrono boost it. So, click the upgrade and go to it. That's kind of lame. Oh no, there it worked. Guess it was because it was on the screen. There's the robotics, but I was wondering where that was. So really, just a Zealot Colossus army at the moment. He does have 6 Stalkers. They're just hiding very well. I guess he did just warp in 3 more, so yeah, he was only on 3. But this ball for the Zerul is starting to look fairly sizable. You have medevacs on the field now, but they're already out of energy. Well, they're not out of energy. They're getting out of energy pretty dang quick. Just 2 to heal an army that's definitely been stimming for a good while. Can be dangerous, especially one that's been shot by Colossus, so everybody's injured. Ooh, he's going to go for a drop, though, instead, but the Obs is definitely going to see it, and he may have actually... No, he did not see the Obs. I was wondering if he was able to see the blur and wonder, maybe I shouldn't do this drop. But he's going to continue with the drop. Zerul may not have noticed himself. He did split his units a little, but he's definitely worried that this drop is a split, which it is. So we'll see if he overreacts and brings his whole army or anything. Yes, indeed. He's going to bring his entire army. Once Vercetti starts getting hit by it, he'll hit in the front door. Oh, the thermal lance just finished. Very close there. That could have been dangerous. Vercetti had noticed that earlier and hit that. could have killed that extended lance. That would not have been what he wanted. The attack comes in on the natural. The natural is going to fall. He snipes it off very quickly. That whole army moved out of position, and not what Zerul needed. Fursetti definitely has taken a commanding lead in this game, and now with that natural expansion out, that is really going to hurt Zerul. And of course, Fursetti now getting his third up and operational. Definitely leaning in the favor of Fursetti for the moment. But I never 2-count, or 3-count rather, I never 3-count out a Protoss player. Those Colossus can always be ridiculous, and the Warpins just nuts. So it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and she ain't even humming yet. A couple Vikings on the field, of course. Those are going to be useful against the Colossus. We'll see if any more do come out. He's definitely going Medivacs at the moment. He does have a reactor on that starport, which is very good. He can obviously double pump. And another, no, that is another eBay for upgrades. The Bio Ball just continues to grow in mass. It's getting so big, and it's very heavily Marauders, in fact. Just 6 Marines more than Marauders, really. So a very nice balance there. We have not seen any Widow Mines come out. I was hoping to see that 4 Ms, but we're still getting the 3 Ms, which isn't bad. I do enjoy Marine Marauder Medevac all the time. We see it a lot, though, so it's sometimes nice to see some variant of it at least. That natural finally refinishing, and going to be getting back to work there on the more steady, at the natural pace of mining. And it looks like that Bio Ball is going to be on the move here, moving on out. He did actually grab a few more Vikings, up to 6 now, and up to about 5. Ooh, even more than that. Let's just go to the unit tabs. 7 Vikings, 8 Vikings now, 7 Medevacs, 23 Marauders, 31 Marines. This is a scary force, and that's going to be going up against 4 Colossus. I mean, that is a substantial amount of Colossi. That's near critical mass, kind of what you want on Colossus, or that where they become just ridiculous. So definitely going to be going up against a good battle here soon. But if you could look at Fursetti, he of course is supply blocked at the moment, but he's supply blocked at 177 food count, and I mean that's pretty impressive. So here we go. Looks like this may be the big battle. Definitely going to be the big battle. The Zealots all charging in. Does back off. Fursetti does not want the Colossus to just line up all his bio units. Unfortunately, now they've got a high ground, low ground situation. The Vikings, although, are sniping out Colossus. They got at least one. Tonic Overcharge did go down on the Nexus as well, and that definitely pushed Fursetti back. They want to be careful about that. How many Colossus went down there? Ooh, only 1. Okay, not bad. Keep the unit tab open actually for now so we can see what units go down. And here's a big engagement. Colossus getting in there. A time bomb down in the middle of the unit's force field behind too. Some great play by Zerul here. Can this smaller army though take out the bigger army by Fursetti? Reinforcements coming in as well. The stuff in front of the force field is now gone. And Fursetti, I think, is crumbling. Zerul has rolled over this larger army with just great energy uses of his energy spender guys. And Fursetti is in full retreat here, just blitzing home. He actually was stimming there to run home quicker for a bit. Looks like Fursetti did manage to kill one of the Colossus of Zerul in that engagement, and obviously almost every single Zealot. But definitely a surprising outcome there, and Zerul just using the great little placements of the time bomb and the force fields, doing a great job there. In fact, I didn't even see very many sentries. He had at least 3 in there, though, which was just enough. He didn't throw that many force fields down. And we do have High Templar on the field now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Archons come out, but he does have Storm researched, so those are obviously going to be very useful in the Storm department as well. Zerul now throwing a 3rd down, but Fursetti already has grabbed a 4th, and the expansion's starting to get a little out of control here. Obviously, if it was Zerg, you'd probably see like half the map crawling with creep and expansions, but not today. Protoss and Terran don't quite expand as quickly or as much, especially when playing each other. It's kind of a Cold War race when you're playing a Zerg. They just want to take all the expansions and just be able to flood the map with everything they've got, which Fursetti actually seems to be doing right now, considering the size of this bio ball already. And he's going to roll down, and we'll see if Fursetti can take it this time, or if Zerul's going to pull off a crazy maneuver like he did last time. He's definitely got the potential with these high temps sitting on the field. If he gets the right storms down, this army could melt so quickly. We'll check really quick. Frissetti does know about the third now. I think he scanned it. So we'll see if he goes for that or if he is happy to take the natural head on. I would guess he's going to go over and snipe the third. You might as well. Your only concern about it is you got to be careful about positioning. So here he is. He's going to roll in. The Protoss army, though, is going to come around and take advantage of it. He's going to try to defend a very good storm. Another fantastic storm right in the heart of the Terran army and just doing absolutely horrendous amounts of damage. The Vikings are going to... Vikings are in trouble here. They need to be careful and get out of there. They are trying to snipe the Colossus, though. They do get at least one. And it looks like Frissetti is going to be forced to retreat again. Another great use of energy by Zerul, blowing up those armies. Oh my gosh, two of those storms just sat in the middle of the Terran army and just did their thing. And Archon, of course, now on the field as well. And bit by bit, Zerul seems to be catching up. He is spending a lot of his funds, though, on his army and isn't growing his farm count much. But because you can see Frissetti's now maxed, but that can not necessarily be a concern in the end game. So Zerul's sticking in this game. Very nice play by him so far. Throwing an obs around, checking for expansions. Does he know about the fourth down there? No, he does not know about the fourth. Ooh, we got to drop down in the main. A small squad, a couple Marines and Marauder. Going for pylons. Plutonic overcharge, though, is going to start doing some nice damage. Unfortunately, it's not going to reach the whole base. And they can continue to march around, taking out pylons. In the meantime, Zerul is moving in. He's going to take out this third quite easily. Unless he goes for the army here. He does get a ghost up front there. A couple force fields moving the army around a bit. Not fantastic force fields, but definitely keeping armies away from hitting the Protoss army. Definitely a good thing. The Archon up there doing some serious damage. Finally gets taken out. Now it's really down to the heavy hitters. Stalkers. Immortal getting sniped out as well. It looks like Zerul is not going to win it this time. No one using left. Oh my gosh, so many expensive units hit there. Ooh, High Templars caught out of position. Those guys are not going to survive very long. These guys desperately trying to run away, desperately trying to survive. So close to another storm. Just not going to get to do that. Oh, and it looks like these guys even ran out of the base. They straight up survived, killed off a bunch of pylons, and were able to leave the base probably before these zealots were warped in. And suddenly Zerul is in a serious, serious bind that is probably not salvageable at this point, unless I mean, he can only build like 16 zealots or something like that at this time, and this huge army from Frissetti is just going to be able to walk all over his expansions right now, catching a bunch of probes out of position. That is some juicy economy that is now gone and dead. Trying to take it down to that fourth that will probably be not long-lived as well. This third is going to be down and out, and a bunch of probes can go down yet again. It's a really unfortunate loss for Zerul at this time. Not unfortunate like this, but just doesn't have anything to defend it really with. Unfortunately, that last battle where he got caught out of position and just everything was liquefied was not what he wanted. And so he's definitely fighting from behind here, desperately trying to make a force. But I mean, this is just zealots and a few stalkers. Not going to be able to do much. It looks like he said he's going to go down south here, take out the fourth that he knows about now that he's scanned. And again, the clock is just ticking for Zerul. He has no income at his main. Just a little bit left is natural. That's hardly anything. They're all down below 3 to 400. It looks like. In fact, only one is over 300 at the moment. I guess it's 440. A bunch of Archons coming in. That's going to help, but it won't be enough. In fact, this is a huge drop he's going to do. He's probably going to go back and get the rest of them, because why the heck not? Huge unload there. In fact, the Marauder's going to wander up front and probably die miserably. But just right in the heart of the production, so many of Zerul's buildings can go down. The last battle going on here, moving in, and Zerul makes any dent in this army. Can he take it? Just watch those farm points dwindle down below 50 now. And the Colossus in the back trying to do so much. Zerul knows it. GG. First game to Frissetti. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 here in this match between Fursetti and Zerul. Fursetti being the orange Terran in the top right, and Zerul being the yellow Protoss in the bottom left. And this map is Yuonsu. I have no idea how to say this map's name. It starts with a Y and ends with a U or an N or something. So that's what that map is. Just type Y and some letters in StarCraft ladder map, and you'll probably find what it is on Google or something. Either way, we're going to see if Fursetti can pull off this series win here, or if Zerul can pull it back and make this a 1-1 match. Either way, we should have a good game between the players here. I'll remember production tab this time as well. And hopefully we have some fun stuff. I have not seen this map too much. I really like the contrast of colors. I love that it goes from snow to kind of temperate grasslands, foresty looking stuff. It's just a cool little map design that's a lot of fun. Looks like Fursetti might be going for some cheesy cheese here. He is sending double SCVs out very quickly. He built a supply depot and double sent those guys out. Looks like we're probably going to see some proxy barracks here. One down. We should see the second one very soon at 150, of course. And there it is, double proxy barracks going down, and we'll see if Zerul goes for a fast expand or something brutal like that. Hopefully he does not think that way today, but Fursetti definitely going for the quick win and the surprise cheese tactics. I'm excited. I always love cheese play. It's so much fun, and he is going for that double gas build again. Hopefully that does not bite him in the butt here. We'll see. That first barracks, about 75% done on its way. Going to be done right around that 3-minute mark. And we'll see Marines starting to pump out. The pylon going in the back as well. That may just be the way Zerul likes to build. I suppose if you always throw a pylon back there, people can get used to it and assume you're not doing anything special. And then once you do something special, they don't realize you are. Cybercore going down as well. Both barracks finished up. Marines are on their way. And Zerul's going to have Marines in his base before he realizes it. He is going to have a Zealot on the field, though, and he's going to go straight to the natural. Not going to find anything in the natural just yet, but if you go a little bit farther, you might find Marines and barracks. Cybercore finishing up. Should see a warp gate on the way right away. That's completely normal. I have the Nexus clicked. That's why you see a Mothership core coming out. There goes that Zealot. Probably not going to run into anything. He's probably just going to sit down here and try to avoid the block. And here go the Marines and the SCVs. They're probably going to be building a bunker. Indeed, they're going to try right there. The Zealot's in the way already, though. And he's going to go right after that bunker. Are the Marines going to move into position to save this SCV? Yes, indeed. And can the micros save all the Marines? No, one does go down. The SCV goes down as well. The second SCV went up the ramp and is building a bunker up there as well. You need a second Marine in position during your micro here. Really got to do that to get the effective use out of those guys. Mothership core is out on the field. Unfortunately, the bunker is almost done up here. Can he distract long enough? This is enough, or not enough Marines for a Mothership core to kill a Mothership core, rather. But that bunker is done, and there are 3 Marines on the field. They're going to run up and get right inside of it, and suddenly Zerul is locked into his base. A sunk second bunker goes down, and if he's going to bunker crawl, this is going to take a while. But he's definitely putting some heat on Zerul right now. And unfortunately, Zerul can get right at that bunker without any worry. That is a lot of Marines, though. That is enough Marines to take out especially a damaged Mothership core. So definitely lots of pressure on Zerul right now. In fact, he just started Warp Gate. He's having to basic build him out of gateways, and he's even chronoing him out. So he is definitely feeling the heat right now, but it isn't over just yet. These Marines are going to be able to do so much damage here right now. They're going to go straight for that. Oh, they are going to have to back off. The photonic overcharge goes down. Mothership core could be sniped off here, though, and yes, it is. Mothership core is out. That is not something Zerul really wanted. He's definitely going to have to build a new one now. And he's going to have to stay back, though, for a while. And he did lose, actually, that bunker, or that SCV, rather, so he's not going to be able to continue a bunker crawl. However, the critical mass of Marines is getting quite high there, and he's keeping the units of Zerul low. A natural expansion gone down for him. He is actually starting to build some stuff in his main base, so he may be pulling back from this cheese. Kind of not making it all in, as he knows it could be a problem. But he's definitely continuing Marine production. He's not setting SCV down, though, to do any more bunkering, so I I think he's splitting his time here as he's building a second or a third and fourth barracks actually. So interesting play. He wants to keep this pressure on, keep Zerul contained as long as humanly possible as he continues to build up units. Going to move out here, and if he moved over to the left, he could probably snipe off that mothership core again, which would really not be what Zerul wants. But it looks like he's going to actually call his cards here and salvage those two, retreat the Marines, not lose them, and save them for later. So a decent harass by Zerul, or Fursetti, but a better hold probably by Zerul. Definitely was able to do some really good defense there. Didn't lose too much. He did lose the mothership core, which is unfortunate. But the big victory for Fursetti is he kept that expansion going for 8 minutes. I mean, there were almost 8.5 minutes into the game, and just now that Nexus has been planted down. These Marines are going to get home, and they're going to be able to live to fight another day. Definitely happy about that, I am sure. You always want to keep any unit you can alive. No reason to ever throw it away reasonlessly. That's a word, right? But it looks like Zerul a little bold right now. Going to move out. He does have 2 immortals right now. I mean, he's basically one basing for quite a while, so he's definitely got some higher end tech, and going to be able to throw a proxy pylon down. I'm trying to mix all my words today. Proxton. I don't know what that would be. But he's definitely going to go for some hungry base eating right now, and he's going to be able to snipe off at least one SCV, trying to get a few more Marines in there. The one bunker is finished and full. He's going to be able to blow it up, though. Those mortals doing so much juicy, delicious damage. And he's actually really eating through Fursetti's army right now. He's going to be able to get up into the base and start doing some serious work on stuff. He's going to take out one of those bunkers, not actually getting canceled. SCV's getting popped off right now. And he's probably going to start working on his natural, which also could get killed off if he's not careful. But he is going to go up for the ramp. He doesn't want to get locked out. He wants to get up here and do some damage. Zealot's reinforcements coming in, and suddenly this cheese game by Fursetti may be biting him in the butt. SCVs are off the line. They're coming in to attack. Stalker's going to retreat. One is going to probably, so close to going down. Oh, and it does go down to SCVs going in here. Oh, but all those SCVs just so liquefied. These barracks are working their rears off, trying to get out so many Marines and so many Marauders. Can they make any difference here? These Immortals are practically full health still. Working on the tech lab there, not probably where you want to hit. Want to take out that barracks. He's going to go for the reactor there as well. Another barracks goes down. There's a bunker up here. He's going to go straight for that though. GG, impeccable timing. Fursetti calls it. The Rule takes game 2, and we are leveled up 1-1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be match number 3. It is level at 1-1 each. So let's check out our combatants. In the top left corner, coming in the orange Terran, is going to be Team Bloodlust Forseti. And in the bottom left corner, coming in the human. What? Coming in the yellow Protoss, Team Bloodlust Zerul. We'll see if they we'll see who can pull off the victory today. We've had 2 crazy matches. One where Forseti just had an overwhelming Vile Ball, Marines and Marauders everywhere. Threw in some Vikings to take out Colossus and just overwhelmed Zerul. Next one, Forseti did some cheese, some crazy cheese. It ultimately failed. He was able to get some nice kills there of a few units, but not anything big like buildings. And Zerul just made a great timing attack with a couple of mortals and was just able to steamroll Forseti's base. Steamroll. Steamrule? That's a good term. I like it. Either way, 1 up. You know, it's 1-1 now. So hopefully we'll see a really good match here. See who's going to win. And again, it should be a good match. This is a 4-person map or a 4-player map. So there's going to be a little more scouting here. Obviously, you can see Forseti sending a guy up here. Oops, pulling that down. That is not what I wanted to do. Sending a scout up here. He's actually going to go completely the wrong scout map. So all the way over, or all the way around. But he'll find him in all due time. Do have people IMing me a bit ago as well. I'm casting. Can't help you at the moment. Again, these are all kind of the new ladder maps for Season 5, so I'm not terribly familiar with all of them. Some of them I know very well. Some of them I've never seen at all. And a few of them I am vaguely familiar with. So this one is Frost something. It might just be Frost. No, this is Frost. Yeah, this is Frost. Because there's bloody snow on the map. So I like this map. It looks pretty cool. I don't know specifics about it too much. Of course, there is the entryways on the 4 kind of corners. I guess they're not corners, but whatever. And then there's a bigger path in the middle that you can run across where the Xel'Naga watchtowers are as well. And then, of course, you've got some nice weeds and stuff there for the north and south path motion. Wah! Nice normal production. Oh, production tab. Thank you, Kalma. You got the nice natural expansion right there, as usual. We don't see terribly any crazy natural expansions anymore. Every once in a while we do, but they've gotten a lot better about making natural expansions more accessible. Early scout by Forseti. Not obviously early, but the scout by Forseti getting in here. Desperately trying to micro him around to get all the information he does need as Zerul chases him down with the Zealots. Of course, SCVs are... Oh, and a nice trap by Probes, taking out that SCV. That was a nice little move there. Not entirely necessary, but still awesome to see. I like stuff like that, especially when you don't really expect it. And we do have a factory on the way, or not on the way, already built by Forseti, so we're going to see something a little different out of him this time, as it does seem he's using it, unless he's doing a 1-1-1. So maybe not. Maybe he's just building that tech lab for the starport, but then again, that would be something different. We haven't seen him use a tech lab on a starport yet. It's really just been medevac and Vikings, so I would like to see a different play out of him. Again, he's done MMM both times. He just really wasn't able to develop it on the second game, which we may see him do something else. So, well, I'll keep my fingers crossed. He does have double gas, which he hasn't done instantly right away on the other 2 games. So again, we'll keep an eye. Robotics facility on the way for Forseti. Probably going to see those Immortals start coming out for him. He has definitely favored those in these games, at least the first 2 for sure. Well, we've only had 2 games. What am I saying? He favored it early in the first game, but had to switch to Colossus. So we have seen Immortals out of him constantly, but typically do. Immortals rock. Who doesn't like Immortals? We do have a Siege Tank, though, on the battlefield for Forseti, so he's definitely building some Siege Tanks. Not going to be putting that starport on there. So it looks like we might get a tank and Marine build with some medevacs. So an MTM build, I suppose. I don't think you usually put initials to that one. But I always like Siege Tanks. I love the fact how they have to leapfrog each other. So that's always fun. The scouting probe going to come up here. Probably going to reveal, yes indeed, going to reveal that Siege Tank because he does get sieged to death. So a decent scout actually by Zerul there, considering how he died, if Zerul was paying attention. Which hopefully you are when you're scouting. That's kind of the point. Pay attention, see everything you can, absorb all the knowledge. Ob's on the field as well, going to go up there into Zerul's base, get some more scouting done. or into Frassetti's base rather, get some more scouting done by Zerul, and get some of that crucial information that he is definitely lacking right now. What do we have back here? Twilight Council on the way, as well as the Robo Bay. We may see something special. Keep an eye on that stuff. Get some fun units, hopefully. As we're getting different play out of Frassetti, see if we can get some different play out of Zerul. Probably not. I mean, the core Protoss army is so strong and versatile. You can really just change 1 or 2 units in it, and suddenly it's a very different force and so dangerous. You're typically always really seeing the Zealots and the Stalkers thrown in there. So they don't seem to vary as much, but in a way they do. It's what works and what is awesome about the Protoss. So we do have a Widow Mine as well on the field. If you saw the little guy wiggling around there, they walk so funny. I guess they're not that little. They're pretty much the size of a person, and a person in battle armor nonetheless. So pretty actually big. SCV sitting there right on the ramp. Of course, the probe knows it, and Frassetti not going to let that guy be alive very long. Actually going to get him out there. Not out in time, though. And the Widow Mine gets right into place. Going to go up, though. He was doing it precautionary in case those units came down. Going to burrow that Widow Mine, and ooh, getting shots in, of course, because the OBS is there. And double Immortals now sitting on the field as well. And Siege Tanks definitely in position now. Ooh, the Immortal takes 2 shots, and you just see those big shields, the hardened shields, taking so little damage. 2 siege shots, and he only lost about 20-25 hit points. It's just incredible. That hardened shield is awesome. Again, who doesn't love that? Immortals are just stupid fun. And gonna move around here. I'm not sure what he's doing. Trying to activate the Widow Mine, maybe. No, just wanted to snipe the Widow Mine now. Not a bad idea. Immortals, again, just amazing units. Now got 3 on the field. In fact, he's got as many Immortals as he does Stalkers. It's nuts. A tank out of siege in position for destruction here. He needs to be careful, though. Those Immortals are getting low, and their hit points go a lot quicker than their hardened shields do. Obviously, a Photonic Overcharge being thrown down as well. Keep in mind, Frassetti's on 1 base. He has not expanded. Zerul has. So this is kind of an all-in for Frassetti here. He's really desperately trying to crack this Protoss shell. He does have another tank. Yes, another tank coming down on the way. In fact, another medevac as well as a Marine. So he's definitely getting into the tanks. He wants those 4 tanks. He wants to leapfrog 2 tanks at a time. He's waiting out the Photonic Overcharge as well. Obviously, don't want to push in there, especially when you're on the lower, lighter end of units. You got to be so careful about Photonic Overcharge. It's really deadly, and the fact that you can wait it out is so incredible. Look at that. So many Immortals coming out for Zerul. He just knows he needs them. He knows that those siege tanks are going to be so dangerous right now, and getting those guys rolling so that he can really tank that damage when the time comes for this engagement. Another medevac coming down. Lots of medevacs going for a drop here, but Zerul is not going to let him do it. He comes in for the mass attack. The Marines are practically gone. Mothership Corps came in from the north, the flank, and all the siege tanks are going down. Nothing survives. A couple Marines are out of position as well. They're going to die without even shooting, and suddenly Zerul is in a great position again. In fact, he did manage to save 1 tank, and there's nothing to shoot up. He can't actually take out those medevacs at the moment. The Stalkers are gone, and he's just going to start marching up the map, and so many of these units are just queued into place. He's killing unit after unit that are just running down the map. Mothership Corps going straight up into the map, starting to work on this natural here, as Zerul's pretty confident that Frassetti's army's mostly gone. He's right. He does have a few Marines over here, desperately trying to get these bunkers up, but this is starting to look a lot like the last map. All the SCVs coming off the map. There is the tank in position, and siege time bomb right there on those SCVs, really slowing this down. A Colossus even throws in with DPS here. Pretty sure he does not have thermal lance. No, he does not. There's just so much DPS going down here. There is 4 Immortals here, and this natural expansion is in a lot of trouble. He does only have to lift off, though, and it'll be pretty safe here. He's even going to lift it, though. So much DPS going down. Oh, and he doesn't lift it. Just a free kill there. And I think Frassetti might just be more worried about losing the game at the moment than saving things. He's a little flustered, obviously. And the crack has been made. Zerul's just going to roll in here. Frassetti does call the GG. Well played. And Zerul takes the series 2-1 with 2 victories in a row. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, around in here with this week's finals in the Team Bloodlust Mayhem series. This is going to be the finals. I already said that. Either way, let's introduce today's combatants. In the bottom right-hand corner, coming in the yellow Protoss. Last series' winner is the yellow Protoss Zerul. And coming in the top left corner, that's right, we get to see one of each race today, is Team Bloodlust Kalma, the pinkish Zerg. And he, of course, is the last Mayhem's champion. So that is why he gets to be here today right away. It is a King of the Hill style because we only got 3 players today. So we'll see how he does. And if he can take this series and take a second championship, but Zerul's going to have something to say about that for sure. Can the Protoss burn away the Zerg? Or will the Zerg swarm overwhelm the Golden Armada? Let's find out today here on Akalon Waste. I almost said Scrap Station. Everybody loves Scrap Station. I love Scrap Station. Alright. As I said, I'm making myself some iced water here, so there's some noise going on. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Alright. Get back to moving the camera around. The scout for Zerul going on up. Gonna get right in there. See that quick expand by Kalma, which you can see on the minimap. And we'll see briefly as we scroll up to it. So, gonna know nothing fishy going on by Kalma. Gonna know that fast expand just going on and that spawning pool just now going up as well. So, definitely knows what's going on. Knows no cheese or anything like that just yet. Well, no cheese period probably. Considering most cheeses for Zerg happen within like the first minute and a half of the game. Considering they just don't expand, they just go straight for a pool, get some flings and move out. You can do some other forms of cheese like proxy hatch and stuff like that, but they're a lot harder to pull off and can be a lot more deadly if you don't do them. Nice little proxy pylon, not terribly far away. Actually, it's going to be part of a wall. That's not a proxy pylon. What am I saying? We do have some workers here playing tag. They're going to be doing that for a while, I would assume. Not really useful. If I was Kalma, I would take that guy home and get him a mining. Of course, if he does want to grab a third already, that is a different story. Because that guy could go for a block there. But we don't need to watch those guys too much. They're gonna be doing the whole runaround. Natural expansion going down for Zerul. He knows he's going to be able to do that a little easier against the Zerg. It's a little more crucial to keep your expansions going against Zerg than, of course, it is against Terran. One gas going down at the natural for Kalma. I don't see one going on in the main. Usually you kind of see them double gas like that, one at each base. But nothing yet. And that probe is going to finally go down. And a little excursion of units here. It's just a random bizarre grouping to happen all at once. A Zealot, though, in there doing some crazy stuff. He's going to get... He got a Zergling. I think that's all he got. We got one Zergling, maybe a few drones. I didn't see it completely. Let's go ahead and bring up the units killed tab. So yeah, just lost one Zergling. Or no, one worker. Yeah, each side's now lost a worker, a Zergling, and a Zealot. Well, Zerul didn't lose a Zergling. You know what I mean. You got it. Double wall off going on here. Getting the gateway, getting the forge. Gonna probably throw a cannon, somewhere behind here. Not a terrible idea. The cannons do so much damage to Zerglings. They don't agree well with cannons. And a Roachborn going down, of course. And getting a second gas that is natural as well. Possibly... I'd say possibly worried about drops, but that's not something Protoss really do, especially considering that the warp gate is so powerful. I do love it when you can see drops come from Protoss, though. That is always a fun tactic that's just oh so rare. Kalma getting started on his crazy creep spread that we usually always see from him. Starting to put his overlords at all the positions, starting to spy on all those expansions. This guy going to probably float down to this one, which is a typical third. You'll see this one grabbed. Actually, no, this is a typical third. Wrong map, I'm thinking. This is typically your fourth. And that wall off definitely getting there near completion. The cannon there sitting there as well. We got an Evo chamber on the way, kind of creating a wall here. Not quite yet, but I would guess we'll see some more completion on that. Probably another Evo chamber right here. And I will create some decent defensive line there. Oh, there's the second Evo chamber. What am I saying? Whatever. We'll see something there, I would expect. Not a too terrible lot going on at the moment. Everything converting to Warp Gate. Move Robo Bay on the field. Robotics. Robo Facility and Robo Bay. Both of them are right there. There goes the rules. Copyrighted pylon behind the mineral line. He just likes to do. Excuse me. I always think somebody's putting a pylon back here. They're going to put something like a dark shrine here. And I just need to get used to that. Some people like to put it back there to, you know, break up harassment that's going to try and run behind that mineral line. And that's never a bad idea. Zerul down south. Kalma up here getting his third. And again, look at the overload coverage on the minimap. We got a guy over here for drops, if that was to be a thing, or ship harass. We got a guy at this expansion, Got one that's going to be at this expansion. He's going to be over here for the drops or harass. He's going to be at this expansion. Just nuts everywhere on the map. I would expect an overlord sooner or later to come down to this one. The creep really getting going. In fact, starting to go in all freaking directions. Just nuts. He's got one going north. He's got one going east. And he's got one going south. Getting that third going. It's going to be finishing up really quickly here. He's got a queen at that base. In fact, yep, he got a queen at each base. So great queen control. Great job keeping those guys up. Zergling speed just now about to finish. Definitely going to be helpful as he's got a good amount of Zergling here. Roach has actually moved around all the way around to get some attacks in on these rocks. Probably should have sat behind the Zergling to do that, but whatever. Do what you got to do. Baneling Nest on the field as well. Spire just now finishing as well. I mean, look at the buildings and upgrades that Kalma's doing in comparison to Zerul right now. Do have Thermal Lance on the way. I don't think there's any Colossus on the field just yet. No, indeed there's not. There's an Immortal. Where's the main army? There's the main army. Sitting right there in the natural. Yes, in the natural. He did collapse those rocks. Not a terrible idea. I like the collapsed rocks being used. You can see the Overlord here died. He had some creep pooping going on, as Kalma also loves to do. I love seeing that out of him. It just delays the expansion. Even that few 10-15 seconds more, the creep has to recede before you can build. It's just a great use. If you've got those overlords all out there already, why the hell wouldn't you do that? Spire researching upgrades already, so Kalma's definitely going to be doing some Mutalisks, and we don't see Mutalisks terribly much out of Kalma. I do like seeing that play. I like him trying to get more comfortable with the Mutalisks, getting Mutalisks on the field, using them, you know. The more you use a unit, the more familiar you're going to be with its movement, its speed, how long the Mutalisk takes to heal, that kind of stuff, its damage. That's a really great call by him to start building some of those and using them more often. Infestation Pit on the way as well. The Hallucinated Phoenix, not doing a ton. Well, it's not doing any damage. It's getting all the scouting information it needs, though, because it's really living forever here. And there's just not a lot of shooting up going by Kalma right now. He does, of course, have those few mutas, and that scout definitely got just about every bit of information Zerul really needed. He saw the Baneling Nest, saw the Spire, saw the Infestation Pit, both the Evo Chambers, all that good stuff. So you're going to take great advantage of that for sure. In the meantime, though, Kalma is now sitting on 4 bases, just finishing that one up. And he is going to be mining like a mad dog. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see an attack out of him terribly soon, because he's just got so many units. He's starting to stockpile resources, really stockpiling gas. He could build so many Mutalisks out of that. So definitely getting up to a crucial point in this game where we're going to get some madness. And in fact, he seems to be wiggling those Zerg around just a bit. One of the Super Scouts going to go down here, and he's going to discover the rocks are collapsed. Going to probably guess there's a third up there. And, I mean, his Overlord did get killed, so he's got to know that. There are a few Phoenixes on the map. And look at this, we may have this move out. So many Zerglings just streaming across the map, just like a fluid of I mean, Zergling always remind me of Fluid. There's just so many of them. They dip and weave between each other. And Mulisks versus Phoenix is not the best choice here, Kalma. Your Mulisks are all going to go down. Probably not going to lose a single Phoenix. Indeed, that was the case. Just a horrible, horrible outcome. Ooh, but I see Carapace upgrade 3 going down, as well as attack 3, as well as the Crackling upgrade. We're going to get some nuts and Zerglings very soon. Unfortunately, Kalma may soon be massively supply blocked. The Overlords just scatter perfectly. They didn't actually have to scatter too much. Queen is going to get sniped off as well. These Phoenixes are becoming a serious problem. They're just running around, running amok. And look at that, we have all the Spore Crawlers going up. I would expect there's some at each base now. To lift that Queen Killer off again. Gonna start sniping a lot of drones here, though. These Spore Crawlers are a bit away from finishing. But if the Phoenixes don't get out of here, the Phoenix... yeah, there they go. They are going to get out of here now. Oh, no, they're not. They're going to start getting shot at. He's going to run away now. He's been actually timing that really well. Nobody died, and now he's just... oh, my gosh. He's just in a sweet spot with all these Overlords. Kalma really needs to get these guys out of here. They're just free damage right now. Or free kills, or whatever you want to call it. Few even flying through to take even more damage. I'm not sure where Kalma's head's at the moment. So many Overlords just taking the damage. I don't think he's doing any attacks or anything. Nothing else is really going on. The Ultralisks are starting to flood out. That's what I was expecting. That's why the gas was being saved up like that. That's why all the upgrades were going down on armor. Definitely want to get those Ultralisks to 5 armor, which of course the Chitinous plating is on the way. Another Queen in serious trouble here. Probably going to get sniped off as well. It does look like we're down to 4 Phoenixes. So one just... nope, there's 5. So a Bailing actually getting... no, that was a drone with gas. Getting lifted up there. These Phoenixes are just so gorgeously devastating right now. 4 kills, 5 kills, 7 kills, 4 kills, and 8 kills. These Phoenixes are just... oh my gosh, they have overpaid for themselves right now. But it looks like Kalma was just kind of ignoring them. He didn't really care. He had the funds to ignore them, and he's got the army to just... oh my gosh, you got to be concerned about this army. 4 Ultralisks at the moment. Let's just, in fact, go to the army tab as usual. 4 Ultralisks, 24 Banelings, 97 Zergling. Definitely something you got to be concerned about. This army is definitely going to be a large threat to Zerul, but he does have some shooter-uppers. He has some Void Rays, which definitely going to do some serious damage. Just look at the Zergling getting liquefied by those Colossus. So much damage done. A few units, though, are going to stream into the third here, and this third will likely get sniped off, but these Colossus can come down. Oh, the Baneling! Right into that Protoss army. All the fodder is gone. The Colossus are almost certainly going to get sniped off. The question is, will Kalma retreat his Overlords? He's oh so close to getting that one. Will Kalma go for the DPS and let his Overlords die to the Void Rays? Looks like he is going to actually try and snipe off this natural, and he's going to get it. He's going to get Zerul down to a single mining base right now, and there's practically nothing left in his main. The Ultralisk is just going to fight to the death, kill as many units as they can. Oh my gosh. Maybe not the overwhelming victory Kalma wanted with that attack, but doing some maddening damage, and Zerul is seriously low on production right now. He does have a nice stockpiled amount of minerals, but not much gas at the moment. And Zerul's going to move out and try and do some damage while he can, knowing he has a slight army advantage very, very briefly. But that, of course, actually is already not the case. Kalma had so many resources saved up. Muta Ultralisk army going to move in. Those Void Rays are going to be in some serious trouble. The Ultralisk going straight for the Colossus. Really going to give the hurt down to them if those Colossus don't continue to run. They do not. They're gone. Mutas move in, and they're going to start chopping on the Void Rays. The Void Rays are actually gone as well. Wow. They're just rolling in. A great little move there by Kalma to get Mutalisks instead of Zergling. And in fact, now the Zergling are streaming in as well. A few more Void Rays going to go down to the Mutas. That's so many Mutas. And Zerul is in some serious trouble now. He just does not have the economy anymore. 60, 70, well, it went up a good amount with some Zealot Warpin. But Zerul knows it. That's GG. Kalma takes game 1. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zron in here as still. Yeah, that's words. We are here in the championship round of Team Bloodlust Mayhem. Am I saying that right? Somebody correct me. Is it just Mayhem? Is it Blood Mayhem? Something like that. Either way, we've got two players here today. Going to bring up their names, bring up the production tab as well at the same time. So in the bottom left corner, he's down 0-1. It is Team Bloodlust. Yellow's a rule. Yellow Protoss is a rule. And he, of course, does want to take this series to 1-1, so he's going to be fighting from behind to try and take down last week's champion and desiring to be this week's champion as well. Team Bloodlust, Kalma, and he, of course, is playing the pinkish purple Zerg. I always say pinkish purple because it's a really light purple, but I think it might be considered pink. I think it might be considered purple. I don't know. Either way, call it whichever one you want. That's the only time I actually usually say his color. So it's more fun to tell somebody they're playing pink. You're playing pink, whether you like it or not. Anyways, let's see if Zerul can pull off a victory here today. He has thrown down an early odd pylon. That may just be the map style, the style he plays on the map, and because of this nice block here, that's kind of what I would expect. It looks like Kalma might have just... is this drone going to scout? I actually don't know what this drone's doing. I wonder if we're going to see something goofy out of him. Indeed, that is just the case of that's where he puts his stuff on this map. But that actually is a quick forge, too. We could be seeing an attempt at a cannon rush play, maybe? Or he's worried about what Kalma may be doing. Oh my gosh, proxy hatch. Wow, we are actually seeing this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, a proxy hatch. Yes, this could be amazing. I really hope I was really hoping Zerul was going to cannon rush as well, so we'd get a cannon, two cheeses trading each other. That would be bloody awesome. But all the same, this is nuts. We're getting a proxy hatch right here inside Zerul's base. Not even going for any attempt to hide it. Just throwing it in the corner. And I think this is going to be fun. You have a cannon going up down at the natural. He will have a retreat point at least for a while. But the natural is going to be in so much trouble. And Zerul is doing no scouting about it. Kalma temporarily supply blocked. He may be doing that on purpose. No, there is an overload on the way. Could have just looked at the production tab. He did manage to kill that probe, so Zerul thinks he's probably expanded there. Doing that block, the drone was down there dealing with the probe, so it really just looked like Kalma was playing normal. He got the drone in, and I don't know if Zerul didn't see it, if he forgot what the case is. The probe is going to come back, and he's just going to go to work, actually. Oh my gosh, the gateway just now started, and there are Zergling on the actually drone. He's going to be doing spine crawlers, baby. Yes, such a good cheese here. Again, I'm a big fan of cheese. I know it's cheesy, but oh my gosh, it's so much fun, and it isn't going to be long. In fact, Zerul may, yes indeed, he already has creep vision. The question is, when is he actually going to see it himself? That creep's already there, and it's going to be a danger. And he doesn't even have a finished gateway yet. Oh, there goes the probe. He definitely knows it's there now, and he knows there's trouble coming. Every single probe off the line, going in here. The queen is going to be able to do some damage. Are these 4 cars going to have time to get finished? This one is going to have to be canceled. It was indeed. Going for a second spine crawler, though, and that one is going to finish almost certainly. The queen, though, is going to go down to probes. Is he going to let this spine crawler finish? He may not. It's really damaged. I would cancel it here. He did let it go, though, and did lose it. Zergling now on the way, though, and they're going to start going to town. Ooh, a nice placement of the spine crawler back there. Going to be able to hold on, and the creep spread's already started. He set a tumor with that queen. This is going to make it so hard for Zerul to be able to build stuff, as he's going to have to work his way up to obs to be able to get rid of this, or cannons, one of the two. He's throwing pylons down by his natural, or his main expansion, his first expansion, his main base, there it is, to attempt to build cannons. The Zealot is going to try and get in here and do some damage. That Spine Crawler, though, so quick to get done. And the Zergling are going to get in there, get some work done as well. So many probes have already gone down for Zerul. He has indeed lost 7 probes so far. That number just went up just a little bit, and the Spine Crawler being done. 12 probes have been killed. He's still got a decent number, and some cannons are now going up. That's definitely going to make it harder for Kalma to be able to crack this shell. But the creep is continuing to spread. A tumor now goes down near the ramp. And a drone going to move in, going to build another spine crawler. Probes off the line again, just not really in time. The spine crawler is going to die, but it's going to get in a few shots, kill a few extra probes. All the same, it does go down. This one will have to be canceled as well. And that, not necessarily in the end of this, as he is continuing to be able to hold on to it. There's just no attacking units really on the field for Zerul at the moment. He does now have a zealot. The cocoon for a drone is queued weird. The drone's not going to be able to go where he wants. He is actually going to die, unfortunately. That is not what Kalma wanted. The zealot going to come in. Kalma seeing it is going to pop out as many Zergling as he can. The tumor actually was detected by this cannon quite a ways away. So those Zergling are going to be able to defend that hatchery for a considerable amount of time. I'd actually expect Kalma to throw like a tumor right here and continue even more spread of creep. Is that finally a second and... No, just a second gateway. Just now getting his cyber core in. If we go and look at Kalma's base really quickly, he hasn't done much. He's thrown a roach warren down, and he has a third, a natural. I guess it is kind of a third. Oh, those were roaches. I wasn't even paying attention. That is suddenly a much deadlier force in Zerul's base. He's going to be able to track pylons with that roach army, and probes are going to come off the line. He's going to be able to retreat out of that cannon's range now and be able to do some more damage. He doesn't have any spine crawlers here at the moment, though, so these probes are going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. But so many would have died if he kept up that attack. You do have a couple more roaches on the way. You need to be careful about that queuing, though. They're going to pop right down towards the cannon, that cannon specifically. And he's somewhere else at the moment. I don't know where he is. He's letting those roaches go for it. They are going to be able to retreat. He does not have enough energy for it transfused at the moment. And that queen is pretty low. And he has been sitting Zergling out here for quite a while, but he knows this cannon is here. And he won't be able to crack in with those guys. This is just an absolutely great contain by Kalma for the moment. Of course, Zerul does have two functioning bases, which... Kalma was hoping to probably whittle out at least one. He's going to go in here again, though. So many roaches. They're going to quickly work through those two zealots, but two more do come out. Going to hold off those roaches even longer before the roaches are able to get to the cannon. Zerul giving a nice LOL. That might be a precursor to a GG. I'm not sure what he's doing with an LOL. He does get the queen, though, and these roaches are pretty low. He's trying to micro him, get the DPS max he can. There is another cannon down there as well. He's going to get one of the zealots. Can he get the second one? He's going to let the front roach take the damage. No, the zealot is going to get both of them. Oh my gosh, so close. The zealot down to 25 hit points. He'll die shortly after these drones? No, he's going to cancel those drones. Looks like Kalma might be letting this base go, finally. He did just start a Spire, though. He might be transferring into Muta attack here. And oh my gosh, that would be so devastating if he came in with a good pack of even 6 mutas right now would be pretty dangerous. Avoid that cannon. Avoid that cannon, obviously. You need to take out so many workers. Yeah, definitely going to let this hatchery go. These broodlings may be able to do some good damage if they can trap. No, look at that. Very, very smart by Zerul. Going to retreat the one injured zealot. And then bring him back up. And that's still okay, though. And those broodlings just going to go to the wayside. A few more drones built by Kalma. I think that was an accident. I think he had his hatcheries all linked up, so his larvas were all just kind of in a big pool, and probably didn't mean to do that. But he's on a third now as well. And where's that Spire? So close to being done. Baneling Nest done. I thought it maybe got canceled there. It's done. I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, he should have done a Baneling Nest a while ago. He could have busted in and then flooded units in from outside. But he was spending most of his credits there. So you can see a decent amount of gas saved up. He's probably going to pop out those mutas, just like I was saying. In the meantime, Zerul, just like I was saying as well, is kind of restricted on where he could build. He's kind of being forced to plop everything over here. And this creep is just really in his base, pissing him off. He definitely does not like that. In fact, he was able to continue creep tumor growth over here. So Kalma's going to have creep tumor growth going north and south at the same time. Going to definitely meet up a lot quicker than usual. And there are at least 4 mutas on the map. 6 indeed. That is kind of the number I was expecting there. The other 2 meeting up with their mates, getting ready to go in and probe out. And they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to probes here. There's just really no anti-air on the map at the moment for Zerul. Really just cannons. Would expect a few cannons to be built right now at the main. But, oh my gosh, so many probes going down here. Just really, really brutal. 28 probes killed now by Kalma. 29, almost 30. There's an obs on the field, so that creep tumors are probably going to be cleared out fairly soon. In fact, they already were. He does now have a few, well, he does have an immortal and a few stalkers, so those mutas weren't going to be as efficient as they possibly could have, but all the same, he took out so many probes there. There's some gateways on the field, star gateways. They're pumping out a few phoenixes, going to somewhat neutralize that Mutalisk threat, but Kalma's just got so much going for him right now, working off pretty much fully saturated 3 bases. Yeah, in fact, yes. The natural is going to be going extinct fairly soon, but he's definitely going to go down here and expand to 4. Zergling's going to work on that. That is a good number of mutas as well. Sitting on 16 of those now. I don't know where the other one is. There's one hiding somewhere. Thought he had 3 Zergling for a second. That's 16. And again, just more and more on the way. More mutas, more Zergling. Looks like we're actually going to see a Zergling Muta army go in here. Probably see some sprinkled in Banelings, as Kalm is actually grabbing his 4th and 5th simultaneously. Definitely going for broke here, as he wants to get all the minerals he can, especially knowing that his main is just about mined out. So he actually does want to go up a base, not just keep his numbers static. A couple overlords nicely placed there. Probably don't need to be together, but all the same, a nice placement. A couple Phoenix is going to move out. Moved out just about right, not to run into those mutas. The mutas, however, do see him, and they go for a party. They want to take care of these guys, but again, you got to be so careful. The Phoenixes can fly backwards and shoot those mutas. The mutas get off so few shots. They're just about the same speed, and just really can be deadly. A few Phoenixes can do so much damage when properly microed to mutas. A nice job, though, there by the mutas, catching those Phoenixes out of position, able to actually get one out. And still just doing their damage. Unfortunately, there's only 3 of them now, and they're not going to be doing as much damage as they want. Muta's really trying to get in there. Kalma's really committing to this. Not retreating them, not anything. Flying over a cannon in the main army that's taking a lot of damage. The mutas are getting really bold here, and Kalma finally going to say, oh my. That is probably somewhat of a mistake. I need to pull these guys out. He's actually going to go back in. He's going to get one of the Phoenixes. Is he going to get the second one? The second one is going to start doing its thing and running around. Zergling and Baneling starting to sprinkle in here. Will he go for that bust? When does he go for that bust, rather? A few more Zerglings streaming down. Production getting going at the 5th and the 4th. 5th more than anything. Looks like the 5th is probably going to be the replacement for the main. A few workers have already moved out, though, as the mineral patches are starting to disappear. Zerglings starting to file in. The mutas here are all healed up. A few more may have even added into that group. Not quite sure. How are we looking in the upgrades department? Sitting on 1 flyer attack, Baneling hooks, metabolic boost, and 1 ground armor and ground melee just finished. And only 1 ground melee for Protoss. Okay, yeah, more Banelings on the way. I wondered what that icon was. It was sort of orange. Not used to seeing that. And here goes the Baneling bust. Going to roll right into the forge. The cannon goes down. Pylon goes down as well. Zergling streaming in, not quite getting the coverage they want. Mutas are going instantly after the Phoenixes. They have to. More Banelings rolling in. Are they going to be able to get the damage they want? A few go off, and wow, stuff flies everywhere. An opening has been opened up. The Zergling are really getting more surface area now on the Protoss, because the Protoss still have such a good concave. Unfortunately, now the Zerg, though, are riddling their way in. Zerul calls the GG. Kalma takes the series 2-0. And what a great proxy kind of hatchery there to just contain Zerul and take the game, take the series, and take the championship for a 2nd time in a row. Congrats to Kalma. Now, guys, we may have a interview with Kalma. I'm not sure. We'll stay on the stream for a bit. I'll let you know, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's cast. I'm going to leave the stream up for a few minutes just so that everybody that's behind can catch up. So it's just going to be some music. And that's going to do it for this week. Hope to see you all next week or whenever we do this next. And for Zerondin, that's all I got for today, guys. Check me out on youtube.com/Zerondin. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Facebook, all Zerondin. Just look those up. Check out my videos. I do more than StarCraft, do other stuff. Been doing a ton of Hearthstone lately, so check that out stuff out for me. I'd really appreciate it. And tell your friends. And that's gonna do it for today, guys. I've been Zerondin. We'll catch you all next time.